When we click on the font selector, we see all the fonts available to Word. At the top are two special fonts. These are called theme fonts. One is for headings and the other one is for body text. Theme fonts are selected to go together well. If you keep using theme fonts for headings and body text, then your document will be redesigned nicely if you change the theme later. If we go back into the font selector, there's also a section for recently used fonts, and it's pretty easy to understand what goes in there. Let's select the whole document and change the font. Okay, Ctrl A will select everything in the document, and now if we click on the font selector, as you can see, hovering over each font gives us a live preview of what that font would look like if we applied it, and that's without having to actually apply it. So as you can see, it's a quick way of testing out different fonts before we find one that we particularly like. We changed the font for all the text in the document there, but we can actually just select a portion of text and change the font for that selection alone. So we'll do that like so. These three commands allow us to change the size of our font. This one allows us to change to a specific size, whereas the grow font and shrink font commands allow us to change the font size in small steps. Let's make this text a little bit smaller, say 12, and we can also change the font colour with this selector here. As well as offering us control over text font attributes, this area of the ribbon also gives us feedback. It gives us information about our text. So if we place the cursor in this paragraph up here, we can see that the font Adobe Fan Heighty Standard B is used with a font size of 11. Be careful when looking at the font colour selector though, because this is the last colour that was used on this paragraph here. It's not actually the colour of the text where the cursor is currently positioned. If you want to see more detailed information about your text, then we can click on the dialog launcher in the Styles group, click on the Style Inspector, and then click on Reveal Formatting. Let's just close these windows down, because if, like me, you find that's a bit of a pain to follow all those steps, there is actually a keyboard shortcut we can use, which is Shift F1, and there's the Reveal Formatting window. You'll notice that the whole word where the cursor currently is selected in there, and down here we can see further information. For example, we can see that the font used is Adobe Fan Heighty Standard B, 11 points, the language is English, and so on. Let's just close this down. If you've got two paragraphs with different formatting, you can find out what those differences are using the Reveal Formatting pane that we saw earlier. So we'll just bring that up again with Shift F1, and what we'll do is we'll select this first paragraph here. Then what we do is check the Compare to Another selection box, and then we'll select the second paragraph here, and the differences are shown. The first paragraph uses the Adobe font, whereas the second uses Courier New. First paragraph is at 11 points, second one is 12 points, and there's also a difference in the colour. Just for fun, let's use a little trick we learnt in the Format Painter tutorial to make all the text have the same font attributes. We'll click on Format Painter up here and then select the whole document, and so everything now is blue and using the Courier New font.